Hi everyone, Elly, Wicks and James Vandermeer here to preview the 2017 Pet Panels Geelong Cup. It's all happening this Friday night and is worth a cool $67,000, James.
It's an exciting provincial race, the Geelong Cup, Elly. It's a great lead up to the Melbourne Cup. We've seen it in years gone by where the winner has gone very, very well in a Melbourne Cup, and it's even been done with the double Black Magic Opal a few years ago from memory. Exciting race. We look forward to it on Friday night.
All right, well, let's take a look at the all-important tab odds and box draw. In box one, Corleone King, $26. In two, 30 Talks, $5. In three, Blue Gum Hill, $17. In four, Aston Miley, $5. In five, Judicial Man, $5. In six, Bewildering, $2.40. In seven, Not Available, $8. And in box eight, Barking Bad, $14. The two reserves, Riveting and Black Mumbo. James, talk us through these dogs, and beginning with box one.
Beginning with box one, Corleone King. Well, this is one of the greatest finishes to a heat of the Geelong Cup we've ever seen. It was a tremendous four-way go. You could have ran fourth. You could have been the winner. Corleone King came out in front, winning pretty much by a nose, by a nose, by a nose. It was an amazing photo finish. 30 Talks jumping from box two. He was strong, back to his brilliant best, I thought, last outing. 25.63. Came from behind but really accelerated through the line. Blue Gum Hill, he's the only place getter, interestingly enough, to get through with the 7 heats, and he wasn't too far away with his time, 25.67. And Aston Miley, you might like this one, Elly, a youngster coming through, 10 starts for 5 wins.
Wow, all right.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive for a young greyhound to be in a Geelong Cup, but the question I have is, how's this greyhound going to handle the pressure of the big boys, the Judicial Man, the likes of Bewildering? That's the question.
Experience.
Yeah, experience against a greyhound who's pretty new to it all. 5 Judicial Man, well, he ran placed in this race last year. He's the only greyhound to have raced in the Geelong Cup last year and qualified for the final this year. Bewildering. Now, he's an awesome talent. He's one of Australia's fastest greyhounds. Look, he's the Speed Star King. His shepherd and placing was outstanding. I thought his sections in the heat were simply flying. He went 6.48, 11.17, and he set the time standard 25.43. So he was brilliant to win his heat. Not Available. Well, he was back to his best. He jumped well. He controlled the race. And Barking Bad got home in 26.03. Look, it was a fair win, but he is going to have to improve in this week's Geelong Cup.
All right, definitely an interesting field then. I'm intrigued to see your selections.
Well, my selections, I'm going with Bewildering on top. I think he's drawn really well. The speed in the race, I feel, Elly, is from box 4, Aston Miley, 5 Judicial Man and 7 Not Available. I think Bewildering, if he can just hold his spot in the top 4, I think that's the key because he's so powerful, he's so strong. We know how quick he can be. I'm tipping 6, 4, 5 and 2. For second, going 4, Aston Miley. Just thought this youngster could really run a race if she gets out in front, gets solo in the lead. For third, 5, Judicial Man. Thought he was back to his top form in the heat, going 25.66. And for fourth, number 2, 30 Talks. Greyhound from the Richmond Riches series. They paid big money for him and they've had a wow of a time racing him as well.
Okay, they could win $67,000. They'd get their money back.
Yeah, well, it's more than 30,000, isn't it? It'll be another 67 in the kitty if 30 Talks salutes, but it's going to be an awesome race. Really looking forward to it. And as we said, it's just such a good lead up to the Spring Carnival, the Geelong Cup, and no doubt another superstar greyhound will be winning it this year.
All right, we like to make it easy for the punters, so if they had $20 to bet with, what would you suggest?
Look, I'd probably say just an exacta in the race. I'd be taking numbers 6 on top, Bewildering, to beat numbers 4 and 5. For $20, you'll get it 10 times, given that Bewildering can either beat Aston Miley or Judicial Man. I just thought with the speed in 4 and 5, Bewildering the last shot, that's the way the Geelong Cup might pan out.
All right, well, it's going to be an exciting night of greyhound racing out at Geelong this Friday night. And for all the best form guides, you can head online to grv.org.au.